Sabili Academy presents Islam Step by Step, Course 11, Your Family. Sheikh Asim Al Hakim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Islam Step by Step. Family is important, and we know that a family is built on a wife and a husband. So women are half of the society. You can't neglect them. You can't ignore them, neither Islamically nor logically. But due to the fact that we are Muslims, we weigh things through the eyes of Sharia. So whatever the Sharia says is good, it's good. And whatever the Sharia says it's bad, then it must be bad. And this is why Islam teaches us to respect women. And part of the rulings of respecting women, that Islam gave women their due right of inheritance. What do you mean? In the past, women in different nations, whether Persians or Byzantines or to different cultures, had no value among the people. And to the Europeans, till few centuries back, they were debating in the parliaments whether a woman had a soul or not, whether she was human or not. So it goes without saying that a woman could never inherit anything from her father, from her brother, from her relatives if they were to die, because she's nothing. Islam came to change all of this. And Islam gave the woman her right to inherit. Sometimes she inherits equal to the man. Sometimes she inherits more than men. And sometimes she is half of what a man inherits, depending on her position in the family. Also, Islam does segregate between the genders. And this is for the protection of both men and women. And we will come to talk about that later on, inshallah. However, such segregation does not deprive a woman from her rights. So lots of the people think that Islam subjugates women. Islam prevents women from living an honorable life, and this is a blatant lie. Islam gives women their rights. That is why the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, women are the twin halves of men. They are the second half of men. So they're equal in forms of worship at the side of Allah, when they fast, when they pray, when they give zakat, when they perform hajj, they're equal. And in this world, they're also equal in the sense that a woman has the right to choose. A woman has all the right to do whatever she pleases with her wealth. She can buy, she can sell, she can trade, she can invest. No one has the right to restrict her from doing any of these things. And when it comes to forming a family, no one has the right to force a woman to marry someone she does not want. A woman has her God-given right to accept or reject a proposal. So even the father cannot come and force upon his daughter to marry someone, and even if that someone is righteous and rich and handsome, but she doesn't want him. She's the one who's getting married, not the father. So he has no right to force her, and if he does force her, this marriage is invalid, because it is a requirement that she gives her approval and consent. Islam honors women, and I'm afraid I have to say this, unlike other cultures and religions, Islam prohibits a woman when she gets married to change her name or to add her husband's name to hers. In non-Muslim countries and cultures, when a woman marries, she changes her name into her husband's name. So if my daughter was Arwa al-Hakim and she got married to someone else, she drops al-Hakim and she adopts the name of her husband. Or at best, she keeps al-Hakim and adds to it the family of her husband, and this is totally prohibited in Islam. Why? Because Islam honors a woman. Yes, she is married to a man. Yes, she is obliged to obey this man and respect him as a husband, but he has no right to strip her of her identity. And the name she was honored and privileged to carry all of her life cannot be just changed in a matter of seconds just because she got married. She still remains to have the honor of being the daughter of her father and being part of her family and tribe. Islam honors women by ordering men to provide for their wives, to provide for their daughters, to provide for the sisters if they are unable to provide for themselves. As for a wife, I have to provide for her all her necessities, even if she's a millionaire, and I'm not. This is my duty in Islam. I cannot ask her for a penny. Likewise for my daughter. And if my daughter is rich and self-sufficient, then I don't have to. But most likely she's not until she gets married or she has an income of her own. And this honor of providing for women is not restricted only to a mother, a wife, a daughter, etc. It is also expanded to any woman who's vulnerable and is unable to provide for herself. So whether she is a widow, whether she is an orphan, whether she is someone who doesn't have anyone to provide for her, Islam recommends that we do that for her, even if she's not related to us. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, the person who looks after a widow or a poor person is like a warrior who fights for Allah's cause. Or he's like one who performs prayers all night without a slackness and fasts continuously and never breaks his fast. This is the position of women in Islam in a nutshell. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد.